Oh, I was having some technical difficulties there. It did not want to connect. So, I'm here. We're here. Perfect. Let me make sure I've got everything set. Welcome to Sunshine and Shadows. It's Sunday. All right. So, this week went by real fast for me. I don't know how everyone's timelines were moving along this week. I got a weird shadow thing happening here. Maybe I'll turn that one off. Just a second. Oh, at least you still had Dixie to look at. Okay. That works. That's much better. Okay. Hello again. So I'm going to use the same card decks that I used last Sunday. I felt that that was a really nice flow. Ah, Secret Soul. Hello, lovely. I'm doing really good. Really good. I'm feeling good. Oh, how are you? All right. Yeah, I feel like this week just kind of like flew by. I didn't even get to say goodbye. So yeah, we're gonna do the same decks. I have the Secret Language of Light. So that's our Sunshine. And then I have the Kali deck for one of our Shadow Oracles. I use this Star Dragons deck for a Shadow Oracle also, which was very, very cool. Oh, did it drag for you this week? Man, that was the last week for me kind of drug along. It was a lot of the inner child work I was doing and just forcing myself to like slow down and ground more. Yeah. But this week it just kind of like I blinked and it was gone. So, and then I have the Green Witch Oracle because I like to see what's growing from the cycles of the light and the dark. So, got that. And then I've got Galactic Heritage because it's like my favorite deck. That way! Hello! Glad to see you here. And then I like to top it off with an affirmation from the Rage Create deck. So, might have to make this one kind of quick. I don't know. My husband took our puppy Ari out to go train to retrieve waterfowl, so ducks and geese and stuff like that. So that's like the lineage of her breed and her parents and stuff like that. She's a hunting dog and she has these natural instincts. Like it actually made me think about like our past lives and our like ancestral connections. To see that in our puppy, it kind of like reinforced that you know, our heritage and our ancestors and how we can tend to like naturally adopt or have that evolutionary blessings and lessons. Don't like to call them curses. They're lessons. So, all right, let's start off with the Secret Language of Light. See what the sun is helping us, the light. That one. All right. What came out? Ooh, number 33, Soul Love. Beautiful. All right. So, soul love, 33, unconditional love. You are clear, pure love. Nothing from your past will block your dreams. Your future will be nothing like what you have seen before. You are at the center of your universe, looking outward through your experiences. When you look out in balance, you are seeing through love and will experience many variations of love. Make love your purpose. Find it wherever you can. If you begin to introduce anything to your world that does not feel like love, shift your awareness, your energy, or your eyes until you return to love. Become so devoted to your purpose of love that no one will sway you from it. Unconditional love is not about tolerating or diminishing yourself to make another feel good. These are conditional actions that will make you feel less than or resentful. If you are trying to believe something that is not your truth, it will feel awful because you are not in agreement with your soul. Your job is to feel balanced in every moment. If you can't, go easy on yourself, as it is just a sign you are yet to love something about yourself. Right. Nice. So talking about like cutting ourselves some slack, you know what I mean? We can't, we're humans and we have emotions and we have other thoughts and stuff. It's like, it's hard to be in this 24/7. But the point is to just return back to it. Like finding the things that bring you back to center, because there's always going to be something, someone, a situation that could energetically knock us off course. But it's up to us to know ourselves, like to the deepest core, so that we can come back sooner instead of playing and tripping over, the ones that are trying to knock us off or that want to keep us small for their benefit. So, how cool. So, we are focusing on self-love and universal love, unconditional love. All right. On the bottom here, we have 21 Soul Tree, which equals a 3, and this was the 33 card. I am going to read this one just because I was talking about like lineage and ancestors like right before started pulling cards, so I feel like there's probably a message in there. 21. Oh! And 21 is right after Soul Writing, which was one that we got last week. So it's a nice little progression there. I usually don't remember what cards I've picked throughout, different readings. I mean, as soon as I'm done with this, I usually just, it kind of leaves. Maybe little bits and pieces, but I really don't remember the whole readings. All right, 21, Soul Tree. Trees are filled with wisdom. You are becoming more connected to nature. Trees are great holders of wisdom and knowledge. Next time you are near a tree, try asking it what it would like you to know and listen with an open heart for an inspired response. The same life force that animates you also flows through trees. We are all in this together. Now imagine that trees are physical manifestations of angels. Their divine essence flows deep into trees, as angels are far-reaching in their ability to help, care, and create. Trees, like angels, see and feel without judgment, always emitting an eternal stream of love. Allow angelic tree energy to flow through you, sending roots deep into the ground, forming a solid foundation that enables you to reach higher and deeper into the light and the soul of you. From this vantage point, you can sculpt your ideas and dreams to be planted upon the earth for you to enjoy through your physical senses. Beautiful. So it's like with these two combined, it's like really rooting yourselves, ourselves, in that unconditional love and like the deepening of it. Because the deeper the roots of the tree, you know, it can withstand any windstorm. So it being rooted in our sense of self, our unconditional love for ourselves and others, it's like even if someone was to come up and do something, you know, say something awful, it's like unless we take it on and believe it, you know, if our roots are deep, we're not going to believe it because we know who we are. Be the trees. Be the trees. Awesome. Okay. Let's go to the Kali deck. And let's poke around in the shadows. Because the shadows are such a source of healing and strength. You know what I mean? It's like once you realize, you know, become aware of a shadow aspect of yourself and using that unconditional love with yourself to, you know, shine some light upon the shadow, understand it and love it, understand why it was there, what it's there to teach and guide us towards. It's like that's what really strengthens the roots. It's being able to confront the shadows, be face to face with it, and say, I love you anyways. I understand why you're here. I understand where you came from. You know, I see the wisdom that you've showed me. You know, and it's usually like a perspective change. Sometimes, you know, the change isn't super significant. It's just, I mean, they're all significant, but what we would say like a revelation, you know, sometimes these are just like little things that end up having the biggest impact on the way we move forward in life. And I'm thinking, you know, I'm feeling like, you know, don't judge your shadows, don't judge other people's shadows. It's not a competition of who's been through the worst shit in life. It's like it's having that unconditional love when someone next to you is going through a rough time, you know, and maybe something you've been through and you got through it easy, but maybe they're not. You know, maybe it's taking them a longer time to really embrace it and move through it. It's like not holding the judgmental aspect of like, well, it happened to me. It's like, just, I got over it. So why don't you get over it? Because we're all so very different and our energy signatures, you know, we just move through things differently. Okay. Got here. We have number 41, Krishna. Number 41. There we go. All right. Krishna. There is spiritual intelligence within your soul. It is the genius of becoming, of ripening from potential into glorious manifestation. Intimate communion with your own heart will reveal what it is you truly yearn for, and set the process in motion for that yearning to be satisfied. The holy fire is Kali, and she is within your soul. Follow the yearning, seek the light, let yourself burn bright for what inspires you, and you shall see the path to fruition clearly before you. Believe in what is meant to be. I get, that kind of Mars energy, that Mars masculine energy from this one. It's talking about that passion and what it is that we desire and moving to that, using that as fuel to move towards your desires. Let's see. I'm going to read the first paragraph of this one. If you were here last week, I said it's like each one of these Kali cards is like a 4-page description. Ooh, I got 3 people, 3 likes, 3. Synchronicity. Nice. All right. The name Krishnu translates as "you are fire." Yeah. Agni is the 2-headed deity of fire and a potent symbol of supernatural power. On the physical level, fire generates light and heat to cook food, thereby representing both transformation and nourishment of the life force. The inner digestive fires that metabolize food and allow us to gain nutrients represent the inner nourishment of fire. Of fire, and symbolizes the soul need to digest our life's experiences for spiritual growth. It's that transmutation of the dark to the light. Our experiences, our learning lessons there. So in that sense, it is also the power of ripening, of bringing something from an idea or potential into fruition and fulfillment of innate purpose. On a spiritual level, fire attracts the soul, helping it find its way through darkness toward warmth and light. The life-enhancing and alchemical properties of fire transform physical materials as well as the subtle body of the soul. The appearance of Krishnu in a reading indicates the tremendous potential for personal transformation and spiritual growth. You may feel like you are struggling, but your soul is actually gaining strength. What you desire may seem so far beyond your current reach, yet the oracle indicates your inner potential for tremendous accomplishment. Awesome. Yeah, so it's all about the transmutation and the alchemy of these certain emotions that we deem, not good. And it's like, if we can move away from judging our emotions and making one right and one wrong, I feel like that's going to fuel the fire. It's that unconditional love, that understanding. We're definitely being guided towards our desires. And I feel like in the spiritual community, the word desire sometimes gets a bad connotation. Like, we're not supposed to desire things, especially material things like money and, bigger things. And while I understand that it's not about what we can accumulate and hold on to, it's about because energy isn't supposed to be stagnant. We're supposed to share and, create things, share it with others. It might go away, it might evolve into something else, but, it always ends up coming back some way, somehow. So I think remembering that, it's if something is changing or needs to leave our lives, I feel like doing it with grace and unconditional love is the secret sauce there, so that when it does eventually come back to us, it's elevated. It comes back bigger, better, that kind of energy is what I'm feeling. All right. Gonna read the bottom one here. Kalika Tantrika, number 35. 35. All right. Our wild mother goddess overcomes duality, resting in the sweet spot of integration, healing, and creativity. She facilitates the overcoming of tension and conflict, birthing sacred solutions and evolution into greater bliss. Kalika Tantrika is Kali, the Tantric Queen. She overcomes all karma, realigns pathways when we have veered off course, reverses the momentum of negative uses of free will, and detaches draining energy cords, restoring us to full vitality. Her presence announces significant change and positive improvement in all aspects of your life, especially your spiritual life. Nice. So that basically just kind of brings a full circle of what I was saying with the that Mars energy and the desire, and it's like just like realigning the pathway. And sorry, I'm just reading the little bottom here, seeing if there's anything of significance. I'll read, yeah. The Tantra of Kali is the teaching of the immanence of the goddess. Her appearance in a reading indicates a time when the feminine principle must be the dominant position. This is not a declaration that the feminine is superior. It is equal to the masculine, yet different. It is the recognition that the feminine is holding and birthing energy. To shift from one way, paradigm, or political structure, the feminine must lead. As Kali, she disrupts negative power structures and holds the space for something completely new to emerge from the rubble. Nice. So when you put these, I'm going to put these two here so you can look at them together, because it is very much this divine feminine, divine masculine working together in unison. And it's like sometimes, you know, it's not at the exact same time. I think it's knowing and feeling when one needs to you know, have their foot forward, you know what I mean? It's like walking together. We do come back, you know, centered, but it's like it's always this motion. This, yeah. So it's like walking together. The divine feminine and masculine walking each other home, which is what we're all doing. You know, sometimes we're a little more in our masculine energy. Sometimes we're a little more in the feminine. All right. Woo! Genevieve's here. Sorry, my thing didn't scroll up. I figured out how to keep it on the screen without, oh, now it disappears. Man, technology is not my forte. But hi. Let me see this again. So Genevieve's here. Hello, lovely. I am Corey. Hey. Hello, friend. Beautiful. All right, let's get a Star Dragon card. Oh, I'm a goofy goober. Wisdom. Asking questions. Number 4. Ooh. Get that. It's very blurry. Probably should have cleaned my screen. All right, so number 4 there, wisdom. And then on the bottom, 21, resilience, finding your limits. Go. We will read number 4 first. All right. Number 4, wisdom, asking questions. The constellation is Draco, dragon, the star, Eltanin, Gamma Draconis. So, there we go. Sorry, guys. The wisdom of the herald says, live your life and breathe your very breath surrounded by the great mystery. Indulge, be engulfed, for where there is wisdom, there is also uncertainty. It is okay to give yourself away to the greater mystery. Ask every question. That's kind of funny. That's just from Corey's live this morning, the asking why, the wisdom of the why. It's like sometimes it can take you down some rabbit holes, you know, and that's okay. I think it's saying it's like there is wisdom in the rabbit holes, and there is wisdom to asking the whys, the hows, but not getting stuck, like planted in those energy streams. It being able to move fluidly, you know, in and out, and not attaching to questions or the answers. So let's see what the wisdom of the dragon has to say. When you ask, I answer. I am here in all situations, but you must seek me. Wisdom comes with age and time, but never in the face of arrogance. Be open and allow the experience to surround you. There is more to this thing than you. Lose some and gain all. Okay, Star Dragon invocation. In your mind's eye, take a few deep breaths and allow yourself to be engulfed in and surrounded by the great mystery. See the stars, the infinite galaxy, the great unknowns. When you are ready, allow yourself to ask and answer every question. Nice. So that'd be a nice little exercise there. That was just a reminder for me to breathe. I sometimes forget when I'm doing these on camera. I still get a little nervous. All right. On the bottom, 21, resilience. Finding your limits. I swear that just like reminded me of this last card. So weird. All right. Creatrix, hello. Thanks for being here. Good to see you guys. Okay, 21. Get rid of that glare. All right, resilience, finding your limits. Constellation, Canis Major, Greater Dog, the star, Sirius, Alpha Canis Majoris, and the wisdom of the herald. Enough is enough. There comes a time when the fire within burns brightly with an intuition shouting forth, it is time. Time to know when to quit. Baby, it's cold outside. Look within for that inner warmth and knowledge of self. Set your boundaries, know your limits, find what works for you right now. The outside world is irrelevant. The entire universe resides inside you. Yes. Yes, yes. And it's like, I feel that's talking about like the Kali deck, the masculine, that Mars energy, and that divine feminine. It's like, it's finding the balance and the limits within each one to be able to know what part of you is stepping forward at what time, you know, and knowing your limits, you know, also helps in like friendships and relationships and stuff like that, because like knowing what I'm good at and, you know, what I need to work on, I have friends that have the skills that I need to work on. So we help each other, you know, and we balance each other out. And I think those are some of the best relationships. And that's, you know, that should be the relationship within ourselves too, is to find the balance and to know, you know, do I need to act or do I need to, you know, kick back, absorb, you know, bring it all in and integrate. So let's see, wisdom of the dragon. Limits were made to be surpassed and finished lines crossed. You know your limit, but after a certain point, you will reemerge to tackle a new challenge, stronger and better than ever before. You bounce back. You are resilient. It is time to push it to the limit and beyond. Star Dragon Invocation says, setting boundaries and knowing your limit, when to say when, requires a lot of self-reflection and meditation. Take time out of your day to establish what works for you. Listen to your inner voice, and once you have established your stance and retreated to safety, you can bounce back better than ever with resiliency, power, and grace. It is about retreating within, then getting right back on the playing field when the time comes. Be unstoppable. Yes. I feel like the last 6 months, I have been trying to figure out my boundaries and my, you know, resilience. And I finally feel like I'm coming back to be able to do this and like be on camera and, you know, share. So it has been a process. So, all right. Let me take a little sip of water real quick, see what's happening. Go back a little ways. Yeah, I mean, Genevieve, at some point, seeing is believing. It is always just gonna be words of unity, or is it gonna manifest in form? Watching screen and being told things is getting old. Right. But it's, you know, and I don't know if you follow like Dolores Cannon's work, Three Waves of Volunteers, which now there's way more than 3 waves with, you know, since she's been around and stuff. Because I think about this, and because like my sister, I would be second wave, you know, first wave, like my sister and older, you know, she's 7 years older, but like she's definitely more resonates of the first wave. And, you know, I definitely would feel like you would be one of the trailblazers. You know what I mean? And it's like the ones that feel like that, it's because you've blazed the trail for us. And I don't think it's fair, you know, but I just feel like you guys had to struggle so much more than each like next generation. So it's like you don't always get to see the fruits of your labor. But I do want to like take a moment and like give gratitude to those that, you know, blaze the trail and haven't been able to feel that love, like that unconditional love, to see it manifested, because it looks like it manifests for the younger generations, like the next waves. And it's like, I don't know. You know, I don't know the answer. I don't, but I just wanted to give some gratitude for you and those that blazed the trail, that, you know, made it easier for us younger ones. And, you know, I hope you do get to feel it and experience it. Because I think I was talking last time, and it was like, it doesn't get easier for each generation per se or each wave, but you know, the wave before definitely takes like blunt force trauma. You know, I don't know if that made sense. I lost my place. All right. Green Witch Oracle. Green Witch Oracle. Okay. Man, my phone's doing weird things, guys. I'm sorry. I'm getting all kind of... keeps disappearing and moving. Okay. You want to come out? All right. Pink Rose, Gratitude. 36. Yeah. Let's see what else wants to come out here. So that's Gemini energy, some air energy. Anything else? I'll shuffle one more time. Well, hello, Hispanic one girl. Super weird. YouTube literally just brought me to your page. Well, I'm so glad that it did. How awesome. Welcome in. Just doing a collective reading here. Sunshine and shadows. Let's see, Genevieve. It sucks to know since long time. It sucks so hard, so fucking hard to feel it all in advance and then watch it play out. Yeah. Oh, there we go. There's the one. Yeah. All right, number 9, Protection Onion. We are like onions. All of our layers. All right, and on the bottom, number 24, Agreement. Strawberry. All right. Yeah, Creatrix. Also, some are overachievers and wanted change so badly they may have acted earlier, but it's all divine, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah. See, nothing makes, Genevieve, nothing makes sense of how the loops are never ending. Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is like those when I'm in the never ending loops, I have to do something different, like really different, like something I've never done before to get myself out of that loop. And I have to do it a couple times, you know. We're all different, but that's just what kind of popped into my awareness. Because anytime I find myself in like a thought loop or an emotional loop, you know, you do the shadow work, you try to figure out where it came from, you know, and show it some love. But it's like sometimes you just gotta do something like fucking crazy different, like something you wouldn't normally do. All right. Gratitude popped out, number 36, and that is a 9. Oops, back one. There we go. DeCase! Hey, buddy! Thanks for coming in. All right, number 36, Gratitude, Pink Rose. Let's see. The quote is, I've always felt that having a garden is like having a good and loyal friend. CZ Guest. So the oracle meaning, there is reason to be thankful, and help is on its way to balance energies. Pink roses will show you that ways to happiness are opening for you, and there will be a reason to be joyful. Something of value is in focus at present. This could be an exchange of a gift, a windfall, or a sale of a large item or simply discussion around it. Be careful that you do not interfere where you are not welcome, and be wary of legal deception. Yeah, I don't know. These meanings sometimes, take what resonates, leave the rest, of course, of course. Um, so yeah, ruled by Venus and like Gemini. So Venus, if you think like Venus and Gemini, that's a very, dualistic natured energy. It's like, but being thankful for all of it. Trying to find the beauty in the folly. That but yeah, it's finding the gratitude for the little things. I think, when we get into like cycles of negativity or depression, anxiety, that kind of stuff, it becomes really hard to be grateful for like anything sometimes. So I'm feeling like if you can find like the smallest, littlest things to be truly grateful, it's one thing to say, I'm grateful, I'm grateful to have running water. But really, you're not, unless you lose your running water and get it back and feel that gratitude. It's like, that's the gratitude, the appreciation that is needed. It's like, if we can find and cultivate that on just the littlest things, it really makes it more powerful when we get those bigger things. It just all adds up. It kind of all collects and snowballs, and it just becomes a great big snowball of gratitude. And if you can't, and then you got to ask yourself, why? Maybe it's not something you actually need. Oh, lost my place again. All right. Number 9, onion, protection. Let's see. It says, but always to her, red and green cabbages were to be jade and burgundy, chrysoprase, and what? Puffery? Life has no weapons against a woman like that. Okay, I'm just gonna have to let you guys look at the quote there. Kind of went way over my head. But the oracle meanings is, onions are ways to take responsibility and empower your own life. They indicate that you are on the right path, that you are protected, and that you have to keep going and not give up. Believe in yourself and listen to that inner voice. Your truth is the most important element right now. Take care that you do not take on things you really do not understand or that are not part of your personal journey. All right. Yeah, we got Aries energy here down at the bottom. So it is that personal responsibility and that, like, the personal sense of protection, knowing that you are protected. If you commune with your guides, you have an agreement. We have an agreement with our guides and other energetic beings. But it's like, that agreement requires us to ask, okay? Because we have free will here, but like, if we're talking about protection, it's like, I don't even want to say ask, because it's not like, I always like thank my guides. I'll just thank you for protection, because I know damn well I've been in many precarious scenarios throughout my life where I probably shouldn't be here today, but I know damn well that I'm protected. So I usually don't ask for protection. I just say, thank you so much for always being with me and, offering your protection and your love, because I know it's there. I know it's there. And I think that that's a big, caveat. Some people don't realize how protected they are, how protected we are, what the energies that we have access to. So I will read Strawberry Agreement. The quote is, "There can be no other occupation like gardening in which, if you were to creep up behind someone at their work, you would find them smiling." So the oracle meaning says, working with others will bring a huge boost for you at this moment. And if you are thinking of making an offer in business or even a romantic proposal, it should be met with a favorable response. Group work, connection with others, and partnering with like-minded individuals and entities are all areas that Strawberry works with. Inability to share or wanting to win at all costs will be highly detrimental to you. But yeah. It's kind of funny. So we have, the agreement, the protection, and the gratitude for protection. Here on the bottom, I'm not going to read this one, but I'm just getting, you got lime, luck. To me, luck, I don't believe in luck. It's kind of like coincidence. There's no such thing as coincidence. There's no such thing as luck. But when you have, that agreement, the protection, and that gratitude, it's like putting in that energetic work on the self, it creates what we call luck. Those synchronistic moments, the kismet, it's like things just working out. So, and that requires a level of flow, of not trying to control, that having that unconditional love for self and others kind of greases the wheels. So awesome. I have the Galactic Heritage cards, and then I will pull where did it go? Rage Create affirmation after that. So we are at 48 minutes. Cool. Oops. Where are we at? That way I'm grateful I don't have to think about breathing unless I want to. I know. Yeah, same. Yeah, Hispanic girl. Yep. Loving the good, bad, and ugly of self. Yeah. Yep. That's I've loved some really ugly parts of myself, and man, fuck, that the lightness that it brings. And you know what? It doesn't mean that we'll never come back, like never, you won't think about it anymore, but it's like when you do and you come back to these cycles, it's just like barely anything. There's no charge to get you riled up or, take you out of center. Let's see. Creatrix. Yes, a dandelion doesn't know it's not a rose. It just does its magical job. It's not jelly. Plus, dandelion doesn't have ugly thorns trying to protect it. It's beauty. It just knows it's good. Yes. and we use dandelions to make wishes, you know, dandelion tea, you know what I mean? It's like there's so many parts to us, so much good stuff that we might not see. Other people might see it, you know, and they might point it out. And then, because I remember when, you know, a teenager, young lady, you know, compliments. I could not take a compliment. I could not take a compliment to save my life. And now it's a thank you. Thank you. You know, and it, now I like to give people compliments a lot, but I find, you know, friends, I'll just be like, oh no, and then just kind of like shrug it off, or, you know, try to say, no, it's just like, that's just an old sweater, you know, nothing, or I don't know, they downplay it. And I'm just like, just take it. Take it and like it. Okay. On the bottom here, we have 88, balanced relationships, Pleiades, future. Number 34, solar consciousness, solar system, parallel. So take what resonates. There's a lot to these cards with the numbers, the titles, the systems. There's past, present, future, parallel. So I don't usually, you know, mention all of it, each card, but take what resonates and then leave the rest. So balanced relationships, solar consciousness. Number 6, new paradigm, Andromeda parallel. Number 95, way showing, Sirius, future. That's the point. To me, it's like leading by example. The way showing. We can know all the things, we can understand things, but it's like the understanding, the integration of the information and putting the action to it is the way showing. And it's like, this is the way. This is the way. But it's like all of this energy, this new way of being, new way of showing. The sun, you know, the sun has been doing some crazy intense stuff, just a lot of energy and a lot of shakeups, you know, but it's shaking things up so that it's like the darkness is revealed, because, you know, the light shines down, casts more shadows, you know, or just makes them more apparent, noticeable, you know, brings the shadows into the light, you know, so that we can balance it out, we can clean it out, and we can use it moving into the future, you know, showing others how we've evolved, you know, through the traumas and the dramas and all that stuff. And you have to see the shadows and, you know, those uncomfortable things, because when you meet that within yourself and you meet somebody else who has gone through a similar experience, it's like you just, it's a feeling, it's an energetic thing, that understanding, like it's a deep understanding. And when people feel that, it's like they feel loved, you know, they don't feel judged because of an experience they went through. And the thing is that you don't even need to like necessarily say the thing out loud most of the time. It's just an energetic magnet, you know, and it helps because, you know, we're trying to find and cultivate, create these balanced relationships and these balanced communities to come together where we can just be. And you're having a bad day, you're having a bad day, and we're gonna love you just the same as if you were having the best day ever. That's, yeah, I feel we need that because there's so much more shadow will be coming up to be examined and understood and felt. So it's like we're not done, but we're gonna get better at it. And I think that's the point, is going through it to get better at it, take that charge away, and woo, you know, ushering in the new paradigm. You know. Whew! Got a little sweaty with that one. Sorry guys, TMI. You know how I roll. Alright. Let's see what else is going on here. Ah, Code's in the building! Hey, brother. Hope you're doing well. DKS, I recently got a compliment and I flubbed. That's okay. That's okay. It still happens. Like it took me a long while to get comfortable with the compliments, and it's, every once in a while it's still just kind of like, what? Okay, thanks. That's usually what I say is thanks. All right. Sometimes I wonder if people even know what they're creating with what they say. Yeah, words are spells. Spelling. Yeah, I try to... One of the best things I ever did for myself was I decided not to use the word hate. I tried to take it out of my vocabulary, and maybe once a month, twice a month, you know, it'll slip out a couple times, but doing that, it's hard to explain like what it did. I just feel like hate, that word should be reserved for like the worst of the worst, not like I hate Jello, or, you know, I hate winter, you know, that kind of stuff. It's like I reserve that for the worst of the horrendous stuff, because I would catch myself saying it. I'm just like, well, I really just don't like it. I really just don't like it. That is different than hate. So I removed hate, and just the it was freeing. It almost like changed my energy signature, and I should really have thought about this before I started babbling on about it, like, because there was some key points, and I shouldn't try to use my brain, but I'm just saying that was one of the things that really kind of up-leveled my experience, and just paying attention to what I was saying and the words that I was using. Yeah, it, like, just saying it the past, you know, couple times when I was talking, even though I knew I was just using it as like a reference point, still just made me feel it's not a good word. I just don't use it. Like, I will cuss. You guys know I will cuss, but to me that's sentence enhancers, not full on judgmental, you know, hurtful. I don't use it in hurtful ways. All right, well, there's like 6 that fell out there. So there we go. We will take 1. I live each moment with shining intent. I am a champion of the sun. Do not make the mistake of simply existing as a hermit on the shore, sipping margaritas and never leaving the security of your shell. Kick it into beast mode and dive into the waters. You are the king of the tides. You are the queen of light. You are a maniac banshee doing backflips through the treetops of resistance. You are a battleship smashing through waves, exploring new lands, and digging up treasures buried deep beneath the comfort beaches. You have breakdowns, you have scars, but you also have wisdom of gold. You are truly alive and full of light. Uh-huh. All right. So I feel like with this whole thing here, you know, there's a lot of that it's go time energy. Once, you know, we've come into more balance because we have the divine masculine feminine, you know, energies with the Kali deck. Soul love, talking about unconditional love. You know, resilience. It's almost like we're going back. It's like we're restarting something, is what it feels like. Something that we've done, you know, research, inner work, outer work. You know, it's like we've done it. And now it's time to really put that energy in and go for it. I love it. Too, if you wanted to screenshot it. Right, I have so many t-shirts I want to make. Seven, the throat. Yeah. Oh, Code, I love when you throw in the numerology stuff. I have so much to learn about numerology. Like my toes just barely been dipped, but it is so fascinating. So fascinating. All right. Let's see. All right, I made it an hour. I did. Cool. And they didn't come home and oh my gosh, you guys, the puppy that we have, little Miss Ari, she is the cutest puppy. But she's smart. And that makes training difficult because she's really smart and she is a bulldozer. So she should be. I was actually hoping you guys could meet her this time, but they're not back yet. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Code. It's like I always learn so much from, you know, everybody's chats, and it's so hard. I'm still working on trying to like go back and forth from the chat to the cards because I do like to like channel them. I don't like to just read them, but these are newer decks, so you guys are helping me like get more familiar with my new decks. So thank you for that. So yeah, just gotta play with it and see how it goes. I think it gets better each time. But all right, I think that's all I got for you guys for right now. I might come back and do card pulls for the Libra new moon tonight. So if I can get that done, I'll do a little pre words notification thing. Yeah. So I'll do a little notification thing, which I tried to do one for this like days ago. I tried to set it up and it didn't set. So I just did it on the fly this morning and it actually worked out perfectly. So no worries, we'll see how it goes, but I definitely want to be hopping on here more often than I have been because it's been a lot of fun and I love connecting with you guys. And I hope you you know, got something good out of this little sunshine and shadows reading. I think I'm going to do this every Sunday. I'm just going to commit to it, and, you know, it might be different times, but I think Sundays, we're going to set Sundays for sunshine and shadows. So let's see. Oh, thank you, Code. Thank you, Creatrix. All right, everybody that showed up that way, Mama Bear that was here. Yeah, Decase, awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I'll probably be seeing you guys around here, here, there, everywhere. And till next time, we'll see you later. Love you guys. Bye. Okay. Did you want to say bye? Come here. Come say goodbye. Say goodbye. Okay. Bye, guys. Good puppies. Oh, you're such good puppies.